NCIS Origins will break new ground for the NCIS franchise by serving as a prequel that explores the origin story of Leroy Jethro Gibbs, portrayed by Austin Stoll. Unlike previous NCIS series, Origins will feature a narrator, with Mark Harmon returning as the older Gibbs to provide insight and context, adding a new narrative layer. This approach departs from the franchise's traditional episodic, case-of-the-week format, instead offering a more serialized and cohesive storytelling experience. Mark Harmon and Sean Harmon will executive produce the series, which aims to offer a fresh perspective and deeper exploration of Gibbs' character. NCIS Origins will offer something completely new to the NCIS franchise. NCIS Origins will introduce a new element to the NCIS franchise this fall, putting it in a league of its own. The prequel series will explore the origin story of one of NCIS' central characters, Leroy Jethro Gibbs, the former special agent in charge of the Washington Major Case Response Team. Mark Harmon portrayed the character for nearly 2 decades until the Gibbs character departed the series in season 19 when the actor exited the franchise. Now, the character will experience a revival with a new character, with the Hating Game's Austin Stoll playing young Gibbs in NCIS Origins. While the character will return, Mark Harmon will not, at least not in an on-screen performance. This is despite much anticipation for his return to the NCIS franchise. Harmon's son, Sean Harmon, who played young Gibbs in several episodes of the original series, has also moved on from portraying the role, hence the recasting. The franchise decided it was time for the character to have a new representation, but the Harmons won't be taking a back seat. Mark and Sean will executive produce the 90s set NCIS Origins. Beyond that, Mark Harmon will bring something entirely new to the NCIS franchise. NCIS Origins will have a narrator. NCIS has never utilized a narrating character or narrative track. NCIS Origins will feature a narrator, separating itself from every NCIS series that predates it. The narrative element suggests that NCIS Origins will rely more on an underlying story, which Mark Harmon will tell from the perspective of the older Gibbs. The narrative tactic is similar to how the narrator contextualizes every episode of How I Met Your Mother or, more recently, Young Sheldon. The latter series is a suitable reference for what to expect from NCIS Origins, as Young Sheldon explores the origin story of a central Big Bang Theory character, Sheldon Cooper, with Jim Parsons narrating. Harmon has a distinct voice, and audiences hearing it while experiencing another side of his character will certainly have an impact. Hearing Gibbs's voice while watching a different chapter of his story will help tie the elements together and make a more cohesive origin story for dedicated NCIS fans. Harmon's narrating track can plant the series in the past while forging a new NCIS future. The franchise has never had a reason to narrate any NCIS series thus far, so Harmon's return will make for something entirely new. NCIS typically follows a case-of-the-week format. NCIS, Los Angeles, NCIS, New Orleans, and NCIS, Hawaii follow a different format than Origins. The narrative element of NCIS Origins will distinguish the series from the rest of the shared NCIS universe. Until now, the NCIS franchise relied heavily on an episodic format with case-of-the-week offerings resolved in a single episode. This storytelling tactic allows the show to reset before starting another episode, allowing viewers to, for the most part, enjoy each episode independently of what came before or after it. The NCIS franchise is a significant player in the case-of-the-week procedural genre, and its spin-offs used to follow the same format. However, NCIS Origins' underlying narrator element will tie the episodes together more. NCIS Origins further challenges what audiences expect from the franchise by presenting an origin story. The NCIS franchise has experimented with its narrative offerings as it moves into the streaming era, as content is catered more to streaming platforms than television sets. When the franchise launched NCIS Sydney in 2023, the show dabbled with a serialized storytelling format that saw many story elements carry through the episodes of Season 1. NCIS Origins further challenges what audiences expect from the franchise by presenting an origin story. The franchise will continue the trend of diversifying the way NCIS tells stories when NCIS Tony and Ziva premieres on Paramount+, as it will also feature serialized storytelling, how the narration will change Gibbs' story. NCIS Origins will subvert the Gibbs character. Introducing the narrative element to NCIS Origins will subvert what's known about Gibbs. Mark Harmon's character guards his thoughts and feelings in the original series. For instance, the series held back what happened to Gibbs' wife and daughter in NCIS until Season 3. Gibbs' tendency to keep his guard up and retain some mystery is elemental to the character. That said, as the older Gibbs narrates the series, he is bound to open up about what he was thinking and feeling during crucial times, which will disestablish a core trait of the Gibbs character as Mark Harmon presented him. Additionally, NCIS Origins' premise is different from anything the universe has ever presented. As such, it will introduce new elements to the franchise to tell its story. While Mark Harmon will return to the role that established the entire NCIS franchise, he will now subvert the institution that he helped to create by adding an element that will add more depth to the characters and story. It's a promising development for a series that has dominated CBS for nearly 2 decades. When NCIS Origins premieres in October, it will break ground for the beloved procedural franchise.